7th of June 2023. Welcome to Dalsan TV's Primetime News. I'm your presenter Abdurrahman Yusuf, and these are the stories that are making our headlines tonight. Military court sentences ISIS tax collector to 15 years in jail. Al-Shabaab militants kidnap 5 aid workers in Hiran region. Uganda soldiers survive 6 days on urine after Al-Shabaab attack. Iranian and Pakistani fishermen handed lenient sentence for illegal fishing in Somalia. Glad to have you back. Now let's delve into a full bulletin. A military court in Somalia's capital, Mogadishu, has sentenced ISIS operative to 15 years in jail for his role as a tax collector for the militant group. The convict, Warsame Hassan Abdi, was arrested by security forces in October 2022 while he was involved in extortion. According to the court statement, Abdi joined ISIS in 2020 and worked in the mountain areas of the Bari region. Here is a full story.
A military court in Somalia's capital, Mogadishu, has sentenced an ISIS operative to 15 years in jail for his role as a tax collector for the militant group Al-Shabaab. The convict, Warsame Hassan Abdi, was arrested by security forces in October 2022 while he was involved in extortion. According to the court statement, Abdi joined ISIS in 2020 and worked in the mountain areas of Bari region. He was convicted of being involved in collecting taxes and extorting money from local residents on behalf of the militant group. Abdi has a month to appeal against the sentence. The sentencing of Abdi is a significant victory for the Somali security forces. Abdi has a month to appeal against the sentence. The sentencing of Abdi is a significant victory for the Somali security forces, who have been working to combat the threat posed by ISIS in the country. ISIS was formed in 2015 by former fighters of Al-Shabaab, who deserted the group following a disagreement with the top leaders of Al-Shabaab, an Al-Qaeda affiliated group that mainly operates in South and Central Somalia. The group's leader and founder Abdul Qadir Mu'min, also a former Al-Shabaab cleric, pledged his allegiance to the then IS leader Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi in 2015. Since then, the group has carried out a series of attacks in Somalia, targeting security forces and civilians. The Somali government has been working to strengthen its security forces and improve coordination with international partners to address the threat posed by militant groups in the country. Despite these efforts, the security situation in Somalia remains fragile, with frequent attacks by the militant group causing widespread suffering and displacement.
Now, 5 medical aid workers and a civilian man were reportedly kidnapped by Al-Shabaab militants in the Hiran region on Tuesday afternoon. The local authorities confirmed the abduction on Wednesday. The aid workers, who were members of the non-governmental organization Wardi, were abducted while traveling on the road between Farlibah and Beledweyne.
5 medical aid workers and civilian men were reportedly kidnapped by Al-Shabaab militants in the Hiran region on Tuesday afternoon. The local authorities confirmed the abduction on Wednesday. The aid workers, who were members of the non-governmental organization Wardi, were abducted while traveling on the road between Farlibah and Beledweyne. They had been providing essential medical supplies to a small village in Farlibah area, approximately 45 kilometers from Beledweyne. Local reports indicate that the authorities in the local administration of Farlibah are deeply concerned about the situation and have revealed that the government forces are currently engaged in operation to secure the release of 6 individuals abducted by Al-Shabaab group. The kidnapping of aid workers and the civilian man underscores the challenges faced by humanitarian workers in Somalia, where insecurity and access restrictions continue to hamper the delivery of essential services to vulnerable communities. The work of aid workers is critical in providing life-saving assistance, particularly in areas where access to healthcare services is limited. The Somali government has been working to improve security and increase access to humanitarian assistance in the community. However, the continued presence of Al-Shabaab militants and their ability to carry out abductions and attacks highlights the need for continued efforts to strengthen security and ensure the safety of aid workers. The international community has also supported efforts to improve security and provide humanitarian assistance in Somalia.
Now here is a touching story about 4 Ugandan soldiers who escaped from their military base in Bulemarer town after an attack by the Al-Shabaab militant group who had been surviving on Urim for 6 days before being rescued by the Uganda People Defense Forces, who recaptured the base from the militant group. 4 Ugandan soldiers who escaped their military base in Bulemarer town after an attack by Al-Shabaab militants had been surviving on Urim for 6 days before being rescued by Uganda People Defense Forces, who recaptured the base from the militant group. UPDF spokesperson Brigadier General Felix Kulegie confirmed that the 4 soldiers, including a lieutenant, survived by hiding within and around the base in the town of Bulemarer, 110 kilometers south of Mogadishu. The soldiers were hiding alone in separate locations, and on their survival for 6 days under such extreme conditions is a testament to their resilience and training. The soldiers' rescue is a significant victory for the Uganda People's Defense Forces and a morale boost for the troops training against Al-Shabaab militant group in Somalia. The remarks by the Uganda People's spokesperson came days after President Yoweri Museveni confirmed the death of at least 54 soldiers, including a commander, who were killed by Al-Shabaab fighters. The soldiers were among troops stationed at base in Bulemarer town that was attacked by the militant group. The attack by Al-Shabaab on the base in Bulemarer was a significant blow to the Uganda People Defense Forces' efforts to maintain peace and security in the region. However, the UPDF's swift response and recapture of the base from Al-Shabaab militants is a testament to the resilience and courage of the troops. The UPDF, together with other Africa Union mission in Somalia, AMISOM, has been instrumental in the fight against Al-Shabaab militant group in Somalia. The group has been responsible for numerous attacks against civilians and security forces, causing widespread suffering and displacement. The survival of the 4 soldiers on Urim for 6 days highlights the challenges that the troops face in the fight against Al-Shabaab militant group. It is hoped the Uganda People Defense Forces and its partners will continue to receive the necessary support and resources to effectively combat the militant group and restore peace and stability in the region. A Mogadishu court has passed lenient penalty against 33 Iranian and 3 Pakistani fishermen who were caught illegally fishing in Somalia's waters in April this year. The court fined them $11,000 each and ordered the confiscation of the 2 boats, equipment and 24,850 tons of fish they illegally caught in the Somalia waters.
A Mogadishu court has passed a lenient penalty against 33 Iranian and 3 Pakistani fishermen who were caught illegally fishing in Somalia's waters in April this year. The court fined them $396,000 or $11,000 each and ordered the confiscation of the 2 boats, equipment and 24,000 tons of fish they had illegally caught in Somalia's waters. The court also fined the fishermen $30,000 for a previous theft of fish from Somalia in November last year. The lenient penalty has sparked outrage among Somali citizens who feel that such penalties will not deter illegal fishing in Somalia's waters. Illegal fishing has been a significant problem in Somalia, with foreign vessels illegally fishing in the country's waters and depleting the country's fish stocks. The illegal fishing has led to a loss of revenue for Somalia, as well as the displacement of local fishermen who depend on the sea for their livelihoods. The lenient penalty passed by the courts has raised concerns among environmentalists and human rights activists, who feel that Somalia's waters are being exploited by foreign fishermen. They have called on the Somali government to take a tougher stance against illegal fishing in the country's waters and to ensure that those responsible are held accountable. The Somali government has been working to strengthen its maritime security and combat illegal fishing in its waters. The government has also been working with international partners to address the issue, including the United Nations, the African Union, and the European Union. The government has also established a new maritime security force to patrol Somalia's waters and to protect the country's fish stocks. The force is made up of Somali Coast Guard and Navy personnel, as well as international partners. Somalia's waters are among the richest fishing grounds in the world, and the country has the potential to become a major fish producer and exporter. However, the illegal fishing and depletion of fish stocks have hampered the country's efforts to develop its fishing industry and realize its potential. The lenient penalty passed by the court is a setback in the fight against illegal fishing in Somalia's waters. It is hoped that the Somali government will take a tougher stance against illegal fishing and ensure that those responsible are held accountable. Reporting for Dalsan TV News, I'm Ahmed Abdirashid Noorgesi.
Lovely viewers, that's all we are prepared for you tonight from our desk here in Mogadishu. Wherever you are tuned in from, stay put for more stories in our subsequent bulletins. Have yourselves a lovely night.